you know, there's times people just send us a link with nothing, right? And they just keep sending us links. And then sometimes when we don't like the music, it's almost like...
You could either just leave them on red,
right,
or have that uncomfortable conversation, or you could just cap and be like, oh, yo, that was pretty dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not crazy. Man, I love your heart for Jesus.
I love you. Oh, man.
Last question before we get out of here.
Okay.
I think we touched a little bit on this. What would you recommend to artists who are trying to get either signed or get their music heard, right?
Yeah.
Without spamming people, right?
Yeah.
What you have any steps or you have a formula? Because I know it's maybe new to you. But
Yeah. I've made those mistakes as a young artist. Early in the game, I was spamming people, DMing people, sending a message. I was probably annoying.
You just sending your video?
Yo, what's good? I'm like, yo, check this out. Boom. I didn't know
to
how.
Random people.
Random people or artists that I felt like were on at the time or popping. I would send them stuff, and I look back and I cringe that I did that because it's kind of goofy. It's not even my character, but I was still learning what it. Remember, I was a street guy. I wasn't really a rapper. You know what I mean? I was running around the streets and doing that type of stuff. So I didn't even know how an artist should move. It doesn't come with a manual.
Right.
I just started creating music, and I'm like, all right, we have social media, we have this DM option.
Right.
This person, not knowing that it could come off invasive or like, hey, look at me, and like it come off like a little goofy. You know what I'm saying?
Did that ever get you anywhere? Did that ever like?
Once in a blue, you have artists that will be like, yo, you know, work on this, or yo, this was cool, This was early in the game. You know, I've come a long way in the skill aspect and just my craft, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So some artists would be like, yo, I encourage you to do this, you know, work on this. And it was good feedback. I took the feedback and I would, so it was good from that perspective.
And it's also good in a way where you're kind of ambitious, right? Because you know,
but
you
some
have to
people
kind
don't
of
look at
be
it that
ambitious, right? Like,
there's
about your craft, right?
There's pros and cons to the spamming thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're gonna get some artists that are gonna look at it like, I understand, bro. This is a crowded game. There's 1,000 rappers. You're just trying to be heard.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have that type of understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then there's gonna be other rappers that look at it like, yo, bro, you clouting. Like, why are you in my DMs? Like, if you're dope, we're gonna hear your music. Somebody's gonna put me on to you. Like, let it just be like that. You get what I'm saying? And I understand both sides.
And then I want to add, because us as a platform, you know, I mean, we're not like a big platform, but we have people that send us stuff, right?
Like
to our DMs.
And how do you feel when you get that stuff?
And it's like, I don't want to listen to it because I just get, like, sometimes I just get the link, you know? The thing is, you giving me the link and we haven't engaged. Like, there's been brothers that we've engaged with at first, like they watched the pod and we've commented on them. And then it's like that relationship building kind of made us say, oh, all right, let's check. I mean, because we're not really like a platform where we, you know, post CHH artists. It's not our thing. We've interviewed CHH artists, but we're a podcast, right?
Yes.
But, you know, there's times people just send us a link with nothing, right? And they just keep sending us links. And then sometimes when we don't like the music, it's almost like...
You could either just leave them on red, or have that uncomfortable conversation, or you could just cap and be like, oh, yo, that was pretty dope. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's not crazy.
Man, I love your heart for Jesus.
I love you. Oh, man. Oh, yo, this beat kind of fire. When they tell you, yo, the beat kind of fire, that they pretty much not giving you no...
Nothing on your lyrics.
Nothing on your lyrics.
Yeah.
Or yo, I love your passion. Those are other, like, yo, good job, buddy. But nah, this ain't it. You know what I mean? I love your passion, though.
Man, you know? Keep grounded for God. Keep winning souls for Christ.
So I've made those mistakes, you know what I mean? To be honest, if I could go back and erase that, I would. Because I don't, it's not even about my character. I'm not like that. I don't, dude. You know what I mean? But I made that mistake. However, I do think that it's smart for an artist to have maybe like a team or somebody do that for them. Say, hey, you know, this artist, YP King Paul, just dropped the project, you know, when you get a chance, maybe you want to take a listen. And you got to do it strategically. Like, what's my guy's name? Gary VEE, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
You know, there was a point where I was tapped in with him. I ain't gonna hold you because he gives you tips on marketing and stuff like that, right? So he kind of helps people out that have no resources.
No experience, right.
And so, you know, I got an idea of listening to one of his teachings, and he was pretty much like, yo, hashtag whatever it is that, for example, if you're selling pots, hashtag, you know, let's say you're selling metal pots. Hashtag.
Let's clarify.
Yeah. Right. Let's clarify that. Let's say he's like, you selling metal pots. Yeah. You search in the search engine hashtag metal pots, and you're gonna get a bunch of people
that like metal pots.
And then now you start DMing them because now you know. All right,
hey, you like
I'm fishing in the right pond right now because you like metal pots, and I happen to have metal pots.
Right.
So my metal pots might be metal pots that you're looking for.
Right.
So I think that's strategic, and I'm not against that. But so I basically just don't start diving in and just throwing yourself everywhere. Like, be strategic if you're gonna do it that way, right? But then there was another part to your question. You said
like what's the best way for artists
to get heard by a label, right? Or maybe
like what are the avenues
get a label's attention. Yo, I honestly think that you have to have a discography that shows evidence that you're working. And you know, and a consistency.
Yeah, you can't have one song
right.
think, yo, I got this hot song.
Yeah. Because then when they go do their homework, when the label goes do they go do their homework and they see like, Dad, you drop like every year or two, and you're not even known like that.
Right.
You're too quiet. You put out what, 2 singles in 3 years?
Right.
I don't think we want that type of work ethic on this roster.
Yeah.
But when they see like, oh wow, in 2016 you dropped this plus this, 2017, 2018, 2019, oh this guy's consistent. All right, let me look at the artwork. Oh, the artwork looks dope. Like, okay, let me hear the music. Oh wow, like, you know what, we can work with this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me look at his social media presence. You know what, he's marketable. You know what I'm saying? Or she's marketable. You know, so artists got to have all that attack. You got to act like you do have a situation going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just
because we also
I've even studied how to post on Instagram. Like, what should I post and when should I post and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or what looks dope or whatever. Or
Yeah.
All of that comes into play. All that's part of the package.
Because we in an era where there's no more artist development, right? It's not. A lot of artists are talented and they think, well, because I'm talented, everybody's just gonna hear me automatically. But the labels are kind of looking for people that already got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
Like before, it was just like you had to be talented, and we gonna put you on.
Groom you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll help push it and do all that.
Yeah.
But now with social media, it's like, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like you gotta have something going on, and then the label's like, oh, okay. We can multiply this.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right. And that's what they do. Labels, they do their homework. They're like, all right, let me see how many monthly listeners he has. All right, so he maybe has about these many followers. That's pretty good for a guy that's doing it by himself. You know what I mean? They're not expecting huge numbers because they understand you grinded. There's a reason why you coming to them.
Yeah.
So when they do their homework and they see, okay, I see that there's consistency here. There's they take their craft serious from the cover art to how it's mixed. You know what I mean? From the mixing to the artwork to, all of that. They look at that. Right. And I think that, artists need to be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Be consistent. There's so many dope, artists that I know personally that have so much dope music sitting on the hard drive, bro. That's been sitting on the hard drive for years. And I'm like, yo, you have all this dope music and you haven't put nothing out, bro. Why? Oh, we trying to get the right situation. Like, bro, before you get a right situation, put stuff out. So that when that situation comes along, they know that they could trust you and then they'll give you a better situation and now you could create more music and put more.
Right.
And then what people are going to do is they're going to go and start doing their homework. If they really become real fans of you and they really enjoy your music, okay, they just maybe heard of you this year, right? From maybe, you know, this project you put out. But now they really like you. They're gonna go listen to the project you put out prior to that, and then they're gonna start digging into your discography. So you gotta have stuff there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta be consistent with releasing, you know, when you don't have a big situation helping, you know, big machine behind you. You gotta just kind of stay in front of you keep your name on the blogs, keep your name on the timeline. Just figure out ways to just keep, you know, staying in front of people where they don't forget you. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah.
Man, I appreciate your time, man.
My man. You know you my guy, Switch.
Yo, first time.
Switch is one of the rappers I'm talking about. Hold on. My bad. Hold on. Switch is one of the rappers that got mad music on the hard drive. He hasn't put nothing out, and I'm mad at him about it.
I'm on my Joe Budden.
Oh, that's it? That's it? It's his podcast, Switch. Yeah. That's it.
But I appreciate the time, man.
Of course.
A pleasure being with you, and I pray,
likewise,
that the Lord will bless everything you do, you know what I mean, in your endeavors, man.
Amen.
And I'm happy for you because I know you personally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been building it for a while.
Yeah. And everybody out there, man, you know, make sure you like, click, subscribe. Make sure you check out YP's new stuff. You got a new...
So we do have an album in the works. There's no release date yet. Okay. There will be a single we're going to pump out first, and then the album. And I also want to say this to the artists. Like, we talking about all the business side of things and the consistency and working hard. But yo, definitely put, as cliche as this sounds, it's just the facts, man. We got to put God first. Mm-hmm. The Bible says put God first and everything else will be added on to you. So that's a key component. Component is the right word to use here?
Yeah.
That's the foundation should be Christ.
Right.
His word, you know, in prayer and asking him. I've literally said, Lord, help me perfect my craft. I know that if my joints is trash, people not gonna like it. Now, granted, there's gonna be people who don't like my stuff. There's gonna be people who do like it. But the people I'm trying to reach, Lord, help me perfect this craft where when they hear it, they gotta respect it. And I'm talking about non-believers, believers, whoever. But when they hear it, they at least gotta respect it and say, yo, this is dope. Right. So, and I put that in my prayers. Like, Lord, help me become better. Help me work on my craft. And then at the same time, like, Lord, check my heart. You know, I want to make sure that I'm doing this for the right reason. I want to still make this a kingdom agenda. I don't want to lose why I started doing this. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So it's good to be business minded. It's good to do your homework and learn how to market your product and try to get the label's attention or whatever. But it's even more important to you know, be on the same page with God, letting him call the shots and you know, being led by his spirit. You know what I mean?
And I want to add to that a little bit too, because sometimes it's the opposite where people think, well, I got God and God is going to just promote it and let me just like you said, leave it in your hard drive and then just something's going to happen and maybe that could happen, but you also got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. This is what God has called you to do. That's right. You got to put in the footwork, put in the
faith
effort.
Without works is dead. I mean, it's right there.
Yeah.
Faith without works is dead. It's right there, plain. Put your hand to the plow. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
But again, man, appreciate you, brother.
You already know.
It's one of our first in-person interviews. Well,
what are y'all calling this? What are y'all calling this?
We're gonna continue to chop shop.
Okay, so right now.
Or maybe not. We might change it.
Okay.
You know.
Shout out to Jay behind the scenes over there.
Shout out to Jay pulling up back-to-back Teslas.
Let's go, baby.
You know what I mean?
Got the Tesla waiting for us when we get out of here, man. Let's go.
We holla at y'all. Peace.
Hallelujah.